If you head to the Assignments tab, you'll notice that the broadcast producing exercise is right here. And so you'll see that here's some of the specs here. The story choices are in this file. Okay, so you can download that file, and the rundown template is here. Okay, so if you don't have Excel on your computer, you can download it from Google Drive, but you can also just download it here. So if you just hit, hit this, oops, so now it's downloaded, and you can also download this file. Okay, so even if you don't have, I'm going to make this little for now. So even if you don't have Google Drive, you can download the template here or here, and then you head to your Google Drive, and then so I have it downloaded, but I don't have Google Drive on mine either. And so now you'll upload your file. So producer exercise rundown template. So I uploaded it yesterday. And you hit choose. And now you can work with this one. So obviously when you are finished, so now I'm going to, so you have to download it first and then upload it to your individual Google Drive. You're not going to be able to change the one that I have uploaded on my Google Drive, or allowed you to see from my Google Drive. So I'm going to open this with Google Sheets. Okay, so you can still do this in Google Sheets. And if you're on Excel, it's still the same concept. I mean, still the same. So if you're on Excel, let it go to your Excel, but I'm going to work with Google Sheets since I don't have the Excel in my folder on my computer. So if you notice that this is what we saw a typical rundown on our PowerPoint. And if you notice that I have the same sort of situation, we have slug, type, and then you don't need to worry about reporter. If you want to add that in, that's fine. And then video, this is whether there's video. I don't worry about that either. So the main thing I want you to see is the total running time and the back time. So this is actually a true back time. This tells you how much you have left in your show. So right now the show time is actually at 18 minutes, and we want to go to a 28-minute 30 show. Okay, so as you can see, some of these commercials have been already added in there. And so altogether, we have to add 10 minutes, 30 seconds to our show. All right, so this is how we will do it. So our leader might be kind of like an opening. So the open itself is going to be that graphics thing that you see, and the leader is like a hello. So if I want to change the time to that leader, so notice what happens when I click this. So this is where you see different in Google. You might see this different in Google, I'm sorry, in Excel. So if I click this doesn't look like there's any time there, but it actually is. So if you look in this total running time, it's actually 20 seconds. So ignore this and just says at 12:20 a.m. So say if I want to make this 15 seconds, I'm going to make this 15 seconds. Okay? And then notice that everything has changed. Okay? So now I have 10 minutes and 35 seconds to change, up to fill. So then if you go through these story synopsis, okay, so there are several different types of, this was an actual newscast that was in Tampa eons ago. So you consider, if I already added stocks in there. So if you consider what you would like to start your your show with. Typically there's something deadly or something horrible. And so you'll go through these specific um, show slugs, and you'll decide which you want to start your newscast with. Okay, so so no one was hurt in this fire. The bus shooting, this is probably pretty big. Okay, so what you could probably do is lead with this. So 11 bus shootings. So I'm going to copy this. I think this is scannable, by the way. If I'm not, I'm going to find out really quick. I'll paste that one. Okay. So our bus shooting is going to lead my newscast. Okay. Now the format available is a package. So let's add our package time in there. So let's call this package, we're going to call it PKG. Don't worry about reporter, even though I think you have the reporter's name, reporter Jane Doe. So if you want to write Jane, I'll put this in all caps. And don't worry about this. So for your total running time, here's where this is very important for you to remember. So the total running time, you have to type in 00, colon, 01, colon, 30. Okay, it's very important for you to write it just like that, or else the Excel file is going to mess up. So you go 00, colon, 01, colon, 30, and then hit enter or return. Now see how everything kind of changed here? So now I have 9 minutes and 5 seconds to fill. Okay. And then you have to ask yourself, what would be next? Would it be deadly force? Maybe. But let's look at this one. So we have this bus shooting. And then next might be a good idea to have the full description of the car and gunman wanted in the shooting mentioned above. So wouldn't it be logical for us to have that second? So 11 description. So you'll even need to write 11. So I'm just going to call it these description and bus shooting. So you'll fill in description. So this, we have a choice of it being a VO with graphics. So let's just put in VO. And as we might have noted from our PowerPoint, from the other lecture, we want to make our VOs about 30 seconds. So let's type in 00, colon, 00, colon, 30, and then hit enter. So now I have filled in more time. So 8 minutes, 35 seconds I need to fill. All right. So these are the next two stories. So these are shootings. So so this is a shooting related story. So it might make sense for us to use this next. So deadly force could be next. Okay. So let's go through our A block. A4 would be deadly force. I'm just going to type it in. And this is a VO or VO byte. So let's make this a VO byte. Let's call it a VOSOT. And our VOSOTs, as we've written on the PowerPoint, was 40 seconds. And you hit enter. Okay, so now we're at 7:55 left in the show. So we've already filled 20 minutes and 35 seconds. Okay, so you'll go through the rest of these stories. Okay, so here's a stolen bird. So that's probably not important in the first block. but may and the trial of a Chicago man, that might not be good for the first block. So you consider if this is in Tampa, what would Tampa people, so this is, and this is old 9/11 stuff, so so you consider national news that might not be close to your DMA, which is designated market area, which is St. Petersburg, Florida. Anything outside of that could probably be in the second block or later on in the first block. But if you go through some of these, maybe this Kinkajou, you could maybe use Kinkajou as your last story, but maybe something that's somewhat lighthearted. Flags on Bay might be something that you can include in one of the last blocks. Flags on Bay. And this is a type. Remember, it's what happened to it? Flags on Bay. And this is going to be a VO. I think this is a VO byte. Yeah, let's make it a VO byte. VO SOT. And our VO SOTs are 40 seconds. So again, you want to make sure you're putting something in every block. The only thing you won't need to add is anything in stocks. And if you have anything that might be weather related, you can put that in this block. So this block and the sports block and the stocks block probably won't need to have anything, but you want to fill, you definitely want to fill a few more stories in this first block, but don't make it too long. You'll want to put a couple of stories in this second block, maybe next to nothing in this other block, nothing in this stocks because it's going to be separate, but definitely fill up block 4. You might want to put maybe like gator attack or stolen bird or something. So I mean, you could put all the animal ones, stolen bird, gator attack, and Kinkajou, all in maybe block 2. So you decide what you're going to put in each of the blocks, but there should be something in each. So I want you to make sure you put something in this D block, maybe nothing in C block, nothing in this little mini block here. You definitely want to fill this B block and this A block. So then if you are working with Excel, you're going to upload that to Canvas. Of course, where is my Canvas? So you're going to upload that Excel file to Canvas. Okay, so this is your upload. I've already done this for you, right? So you're going to upload that to Canvas. If you're working with Google Sheets, this is what you need to do. It's not, you don't want to share it. You don't want to share it. What you'll do is you're going to name this by your last name. Okay, and then you'll want to download it. Download Microsoft Excel. And then when you go to turn it in, so you're going to see something different. It's going to ask you to upload something, and you'll go to your download folder. And you want to go to Bradford Rundown. Okay, so that's what you'll need to do in order to complete this assignment. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me.